Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Tabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a great show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So let's get straight into this one. So as you guys know, yesterday we did a show where we were reacting to some comments that Ric Bucher had to make that were directed to Max Kellerman, right, for his sloppy NBA analysis by saying that Dwayne Wade is a better basketball player. The only reason Kobe Bryant was better than Dwayne Wade was because he was 2 inches taller. And Ric Bucher's like, well, what kind of basketball analysis is this, right? But in the midst of that, he also brought up something else. And that person, brought up someone else, rather. And that person was Stephen A. Smith. Now, as you guys know, Stephen A. Smith is always in the news, now more so than ever before, because he's also talking politics, right? So if he's not in the news for something he said about the NBA, like Luka Doncic faking his injury, then he's in the news for something he said about the president or the account, whatever, right? So he's always circulating out there, and he's always beefing with somebody. Just the other day I saw, can I just say this for a second? What's up with everybody beefing in sports, man? Like, God, like, goodness Lord, bro. Whew, my God, it's the war of the media members, man. Goodness Lord. But anyway, Ric Bucher, I was listening to him yesterday, and as he was kind of leading into Max Kellerman's ridiculous take, he then said that he knows people that give fake takes just to boost ratings and for entertainment. And one of those people he called by name is Stephen A. Smith. He said in no uncertain terms that Stephen A. Smith gives fake takes on ESPN First Take just to boost ratings for the network. Before we even get into what Rick had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. All right, guys, the playoff push is heating up. Tournament hoops are here. The Masters is underway, and the NBA playoffs are right around the corner. There's no better way to cash in if you're right on all of this action than PrizePicks, America's #1 sports pick app. So I jumped into their team picks feature, and honestly, I had no idea why I waited this long. First time I tried it, I was picking game winners on some of these games. Came out right on my first one, and watching the game just hit completely different after that. And here's what I love. On top of the players' picks you already know, you can now pick game winners, spreads, and totals. You can even call who wins the championship or takes home the MVP. Mix and match across basketball, baseball, hockey, golf, all in the same app. And if your picks get off to a hot start, you can cash out early before the game even ends. Now download the PrizePicks app today, pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoff push rolls on, and get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup when you use code CLNS. That's code CLNS to get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. All right, excellent. So what we want to do now is we're going to play what Ric Bucher had to say about Stephen A. Smith and his fake takes. And then we'll come back and continue on. Take a listen to Ric Bucher here.
There have been various runs made at Kobe in the service of trying to elevate LeBron James. But I couldn't believe my eyes or ears when I saw a post that indicated Max Kellerman, podcast partner of Rich Paul, put Dwayne Wade on Kobe's level, suggesting the only thing about Kobe that made him better is that he was 2 inches taller. Now, I've always thought of Max as a boxing expert who did an admirable job of doing his homework and research to offer compelling and reasonable perspectives in other sports and topics. I was surprised he lasted as long as he did partnered with Stephen A. because Max is earnest. He genuinely believes in everything he argues. And Stephen A., I well know, does not. It's for show. I've been in the business to know when someone has manufactured a take that is plausible and sounds good, but isn't one that they'd go out of their way to make if it wasn't their job to spar about it on TV. Their head is in it, but not their heart.
Great. So you heard his comments. What are my thoughts about this? I don't think there's any question that that's the case here. Stephen A. Smith is somebody that all of us used to hold in such high regard. Some people still do, but like fans here, we used to. But it's now gotten to the point, and I mean this. Every time I hear Stephen A. Smith speak, I've gotten to the point where I feel like almost every word that comes out of his mouth is insincere. I don't know why I feel like that. It feels like everything now is an act. I never used to feel that way before. I used to look at him like, man, this guy. Now it feels like everything is fabricated. Everything seems to be performative. That's just how I see. I don't know why. It's just like, that's how I see him now. In terms of giving, bro, Stephen A. Smith goes on TV and hollers and screams about the Knicks. Son, the Knicks. You got Knicks players like Josh Hart saying you're not even a fan. You don't even know the players' names. But this is your favorite team. Like, what are we... So, this isn't... So, Stephen A. calling the Knicks... It's a show. Bro, when you got the Knicks saying you're a fake fan, you got a problem, Houston. You got a problem. The Knicks are saying that. Not me, not Stephen A. Smith haters. These are the players that play on the team that he professes to be a fan of. It makes perfect sense for him to play that role of the Knicks fan. He's from New York, Queens, if I'm not mistaken, Hollis, Queens. So, yeah, just add that on. But this isn't the first time we've seen people put on a clown suit. Do you know who else was accused of this? Shannon Sharpe. I never found out until talking to Marcellus Wiley that Shannon Sharpe doesn't drink liquor. I never knew that and didn't smoke. I never knew that. You remember when Shannon Sharpe used to go on on FS Undisputed with the do-rag and then the blunt and the liquor. I forgot the liquor that he used to drink. I forgot the name of it. It was an act. The whole Unk thing, it's an act. It's a show. It's a character. It's a persona. It's not real. I never knew that. It was only until we started finding out from other people in the industry, like, bro, this dude is fugazi. It's fugaga. It's not like, it's just a show. It's a character. People are in character. I'm like, what? This isn't even the first one. I think there was a show that I watched yesterday of, I forgot the channel's name. Let me see if I can find it. I forgot the channel's name, but there was a show that I saw yesterday, and I want to find the channel because the guy did a really, 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 really good job. And I want to give him his props because he's really good. So yes, his channel is called Gary828 Talks Sports. Gary828 Sports Talk. Sorry, Gary828 Sports Talk. And essentially what this guy was revealing was that there's a particular podcaster now, this white guy, I don't know his name. You've seen him, I think, on I think it's either Bill Simmons show or one of these guys' show. And he was talking about how this guy was a Michael Jordan fan. This white guy, I forgot his name. Maybe we'll put up his picture for you guys. I'll probably put up his picture for you guys. That he was playing videos of him saying, Michael Jordan's a GOAT, Michael Jordan's a GOAT, Michael Jordan's a GOAT. And the minute he got associated with Clutch Sports and the volume and all of that, all of a sudden now he's talking about LeBron James. Son, it's a clown suit. It's a clown suit. Steven Jackson was going at Noriega recently. You know, Nori ain't this, Nori ain't that. I don't know the back and forth between them, but they were taking shots. That's why your podcast ain't got this. That's why your podcast ain't got that. You ain't got this deal. You ain't got that deal. I'm going to keep it a bean with y'all, bro. I'm going to keep it a bean with y'all. Most of the reason these people got podcasts ain't because their content is fire. And I'm not talking about All the Smoke, because All the Smoke, they're like one of the pioneers in this. It's because, number one, you played in the NBA, bro. People are giving you a podcast just for the benefit of the doubt. Do you know how many former athlete podcasts there are out there that nobody gives a bro? That nobody listens to, that nobody watches? How many? How many podcasts out there do people actually watch? Number one. Number two, most of the time, dudes got deals, ain't got nothing to do because their content is fire. Nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with, number one, are you going to twerk? We're going to go up here. We're going to see that we know is some nonsense, but we're not going to call it like it is because I'm up here to protect my pal and my buddy over here. So I'm going to just spew over the screen. We know that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Half of the game is, oh, I'm not going to say this about him because that's my man. And we're going to try to, come on, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? The fact is the realest is not getting them deals. That's a fact. The people that are calling it like it is the most ain't getting no deals, bro. They not. This is based off of relationships, period. Those are the facts of the matter. And if you one of them dudes is not willing to play the game, you're not getting a deal, regardless if your content is trash or fire. Those are the facts. If you start calling it like you see it, ain't nobody giving you no deal. Ain't no major network signing you. What are we talking about? Like, let's say the whole truth. Let's say the whole truth. Most of these dudes that got these deals with these networks, their content is fugaga, garbage, trash, bro, trash. You got skunks crawling out the trash because it stinks. Like, come on, let's tell the full story. A lot of you dudes that got deals, you're trash. Period. Those are the unadulterated facts of the matter. Doo-doo. But they still getting deals because I'm cool with him and he cool with me and he gonna go up here and lie and be like LeBron this, LeBron that. But like, come on, we know that. Like, come on, bro. We know the game. And half of these dudes that even get a listen is because, oh, I played in the NBA. Whether what you say makes sense or not, people listening to you just because of that. Let's not leave that out the equation too. A lot of these guys get the benefit of the doubt even when they're saying total nonsense. Those are facts. You got fans, and that's why I say sports media is a clown space. In sports media, a fan will be listening to a guy that played in the NBA. He knows he's saying nonsense, but will still tell himself, well, he played in the NBA, so I'm going to go ahead and agree with him. That's sports media for you. Full of a bunch of fools. Whereas in news and politics, don't nobody care who you are. All people care about is the truth. Now, of course, people like to lie, but it doesn't matter on whether or not you worked on CNN and I was on this network. No, people want to know, are you telling the truth? Do you say what you really believe, et cetera, and do you have the facts? That's all. And that's the difference. All you got in this space is a bunch of hiding. That's all. One dude hop off the other, the other one jumps back on. That's all it is, in my perfect opinion. So yes, Nori may not have this deal and all of that, but let's keep it a beam, bro. A lot of the dudes that have deals, trash. Deal or no deal, you're trash. Not all the smoke, because they have fantastic content and we've been bigging them up for years. I'm just saying in general. You're not going to tell me just because somebody got a deal with a network, their content is good. That is bull. There are only like a few good sports podcasts, NBA. The rest is garbage. These are my thoughts.